This is the customized GNOME desktop environment on Linux, and it has a very nice and consistent theme across all the applications. But that's not the stock GNOME experience on Linux, and it looks something like this. This default theme is called Advaita, and as you can see, it's very basic and minimal. The developers of GNOME even disable the maximize and minimize button on the window by default. Since GNOME is the default desktop environment on many large Linux distributions such as Ubuntu and Fedora, it creates an issue for new users or the users who are switching from operating systems like Windows 10 or 11, as they find the interface hard to navigate. Even the dock at the bottom gets hidden by default when you are on the desktop, and of course the desktop icons are disabled by default. This desktop, however, supports customization with the help of extensions. These extensions can change the look and feel of your PC, and of course they work on any Linux distribution which has the GNOME desktop environment. So you don't have to worry about compatibility and other similar things. I'm going to demonstrate this guide on Bazzite OS on my Steam Deck, which runs the GNOME desktop environment. But as I mentioned earlier, this will work on any Linux distribution. So let's get started. So here's my stock desktop. And the first thing you'd want to do is install the GNOME Tweaks application from the GNOME Software Center. So just launch the store. And as you can see, GNOME Tweaks is right here and it is already installed on my system. Also install the Extension Manager app, which will help you to install those extensions I mentioned earlier. First of all, launch the Extension Manager app when it is installed. And from the browse section, you would first want to install the dash to dock extension. So it's right here. I'm going to install dash to dock. This will install a macOS style dock on your desktop. But if you prefer a Windows 7 like taskbar or Windows 10 like taskbar, then you can install the dash to panel extension instead. Since I prefer a macOS style dock, I'm going to go with the former option. Also, if you have installed dash to panel extension, then I'll also recommend you to install the app menu extension, which will install a Windows 7 like start menu on your desktop. Next, install Blur My Shell. Since I'm using Bazzite, it comes pre-installed, so I'm just gonna enable it. Then also install user themes extension, which will help you to change your theme of your desktop. And if you prefer tiling your windows or at least want a suggestion when you drag a window to the side or to the top, then also install the tiling shell extension. It also supports editing the layout, so you can customize it as per your need. Next, you have GS Connect if you are using KDE Connect, or if you want to connect your phone to your Steam Deck or any other device, then you can use GS Connect. It can be used to share data, clipboard, files, music, whatever you want using the KDE Connect app. It is available both on the Play Store as well as the Apple App Store, so you can use it on any device you want. Just Perfection is another nice to have GNOME extension. It can be used to customize a lot of defaults of the GNOME desktop, so we will install that as well. Then you can also install the Caffeine extension. This will prevent your screen from sleeping when your PC has been idle for a while. Trust me, it's useful while watching movies or long YouTube videos on your desktop. Once you have installed everything you needed, enable them all and just reboot your system. They recommend you to just log out and log back in, but just reboot to avoid any kind of unexpected error. First of all, launch GNOME Tweaks application and go to the Windows section. Here, enable the maximize and minimize button on the Windows. This may already be enabled on your distributions like Ubuntu or Bazzite, but on distribution which offer the stock GNOME experience, it is disabled by default. Now, let's download some of the themes so we can make the desktop look a bit nice. This is the site from where you can download a lot of themes. Just make sure that the theme you download is updated recently and the support for it is nice, and that it is the GTK 3 or 4 theme. This site will obviously be linked down in the description below, so you can check it out from there. I'm going to download the Tokyo Night GTK theme since I've been using this theme for quite some time and it looks really nice. I'll just click on the download button and then download my preferred theme. Also, you can download any icon pack you like from here. I really like the Orancolo Becca icons, so I will download them, but you're free to choose any of your preference. Now go to the downloads folder in your file manager and extract the downloaded archive files. Once the files are extracted, go back to your home folder and create a hidden directory called as .themes. Adding a dot at the beginning of the name will just hide the folder. And also create another folder called as .icons. To view this hidden directory, you can either press Ctrl plus H on your keyboard or just come here and then click on this show hidden files checkbox. Now go back to your downloads folder and copy the theme folder. That is, I have downloaded the Tokyo Night Dark theme, so I'll just copy that, go back to my home and paste it into the themes directory. Also in the preferred themes folder, there should be a GTK4 folder. Inside here, just copy these two gtk.css and gtkdark.css file, and we have to paste it in the home directory inside this config folder, inside this GTK folder, and just paste it here. Also, come back here and copy the icon pack and then paste it into the .icons folder that we have created earlier. Once you're done, just close the file manager. Finally, launch GNOME Tweaks, and from the Appearances tab, you can go and change the icon and theme color. I have the Orange Color Remix icon, so I'll apply that. And from the theme, I'm going to apply Tokyo Night Dark, as well as the legacy application will also be Tokyo Night Dark. After selecting these, some of the apps need to be closed and launched again to properly render according to the theme. And if it is any other GTK app, then it will only render on the next reboot. We will do that at the end of the video. Now you can customize the dock, as I don't want the trash can to appear at the bottom. So just right click on the show apps button and go to dash to dock settings. From the launchers tab, you can scroll down a bit to see this option. Show trash can, I'll just hide it, and if any USB device is attached to your PC, it will also show it right here, and I don't want that to happen, so I'll just hide it as well. Let's close this out. And in order to customize the extension, we will launch the GNOME Extensions Manager app, which we have installed earlier. And from the Just Perfection setting, I'll go to the behavior section and I'll just enable this option so that whenever our desktop boots up, it will bring us to the desktop rather than the overview menu. I have forgot to enable Blur My Shell, so I'll just enable that and show you what exactly it does. Its function is to just blur this wallpaper in this overview menu, so that as you can see, it has a nice blur applied. And you know what, let's change the wallpaper as well. I'll right click, and as you can see, we have tons of good wallpapers on the bazzite operating system. And there you have it, a fully customized GNOME desktop, which does not look that bad when compared to the stock. Note that, like application, extensions also gets update, and you need to apply them regularly in order to avoid any bugs. You can also customize every other extension we have installed to quite an extent, but I will not cover that since that will take a lot of time. Also, you should know that using a lot of extensions can cause bugs, so only install them if you deem them necessary, and if you are not using them, just safely uninstall it. Like the video if you have found this video helpful, and subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Also, let me know in the comments down below what other guides you'd like to see on the channel.